And welcome back to Janky AF. Alright, so I'm going to show you some footage that's over the course of many months about the Buick, because we're getting ready to fix the Buick, my 1995 Buick LeSabre Custom. We had some smoke issues going on, which you'll see. I think we're just going to do the upper intake and lower intake manifolds, the gaskets, and then if we have time, we might do like a water pump and a valve cover gasket, some other maintenance that we should do, while we're down there. So I'm going to just sort of put all that footage in and you can sort of get caught up on the Buick. But I did want to give you one little teaser. You'll see the headliner didn't exactly work out like I thought it was going to. So you can see this here, but what I have is a large box of magnetized alphabet letters, which I always loved when I was a kid, and still do. We got, just oodles of these things, and I'll let you figure out what I'm going to do with them, but it's a magnet, which in theory means it can hang upside down, and the headliner sits on the roof of the car, so you can kind of put two and two together there. So enjoy this little update. We'll have some content coming soon. Cousin Scott's going to be back in the garage, and we're going to hopefully get the Buick running again. So never a dull moment on Janky AF, and Janky do thanky. Well, looky, what do we have here but a letter from the New York State Department of Motor Vehicles Custom Plates Unit. What could that be, huh? I don't know, let's see. A lot smaller than last time. Yep. And there goes my camera stand. Okay. Look at this. I've actually never seen this before. Alright, so that's me, Beef Janky. Plate number, handwritten. I've never seen this. It's never been like this before. Transfer of the above plates to your name has been approved and a new registration document has been issued in your name. The special plates presently in your possession may now be affixed to your vehicle. So we will do that. Janky do thanky. Welcome back to Janky AF. Here we have the Buick. I haven't seen this thing in a couple of weeks, probably more than a month now, and so good to be reacquainted. Just gonna do a quick little update today, nothing major. I have got a couple things here. We got our great engine cover that I'm gonna try to fit on just to see how it looks, and then big surprise here, we got the great historical plates. Just got a letter back from the DMV finally, so hopefully we can put those on and actually have them be legal and legit, which is the end of a long saga with the historical plates. And then we have some obstinate orange, which is going to be the official orange of Janky AF, I guess, for now. And we got some brushes, so I'm just going to try to do a little test, see if I can paint the headliner a little bit. Take some of this off to try to get it down to sort of like an even level, and then I'm just gonna slap some paint on it. I mean, why not? Janky do thanky. I'm not gonna pay $450 for a new headliner, and if it's got sort of like a funky shag carpet look, I don't think that's gonna be such a bad thing. All right, so what we got to do is try to peel off some of this roof so that it, gets to all be the same sort of consistency, and then maybe we can at least paint it and it'll sort of, feather into itself all right. I want to do something about this light eventually. It'd be cool to do some sort of custom fabrication piece because it sits in there a little janky. So we're going to tear that off and then just put a little paint on it, see what it does, see how it dries, see how it finishes, and see if it's going to be, able to do that. Now I got an orange and a yellow. I think I'd like to do the orange. I think that would look really cool in here. But it is almost kind of like a yellowish right now. So I don't know, maybe we'll do an orange and yellow on some of these side panels here. So here we go. Well, now we've done it. Tore right into it. Well, wasn't anticipating this, but looks like the whole thing's coming down. A bit of rust in there. That's interesting.
Brought to you by Beef Janky. Of the pooping and the pissing. Grab a toilet.
Well, I don't know why there's all these wires to go to one dome light. That's puzzling me. Maybe because each door's got an activator or something like that. But we've really gone for it. Kind of point of no return here. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I got a couple of ideas. Suppose I could maybe still duct tape it, or maybe just just paint all this bare sheet metal. Kind of have it like be like an industrial look. I'm gonna have to do something about this rust up here. I don't think I can just paint right over it, which will probably be not the funnest thing. But you know, all these little, whatever this adhesive is, spooging out. Looks like someone got some on their fingers and just wiped it all up over here. But you know, there you have it. What's done is done. I'm going to climb in the back now and see about these panels. So just another quick tip. There is another great video on this, which I'll try to link. But if your paint codes are all sort of faded by the sun like mine are, there is another way to get them. And in this particular 95 LeSabre, they're in the trunk here. And I couldn't tell real well in the video I watched, but I believe that it's this code right here is going to be your paint code. So in this case, it's U9753. So we're going to check that out and make sure that checks out. It looks like a white, but anyways, on your spare tire. And I just realized it says a spare tire in it, which is pretty cool. Looks like it's never been used. So, you know, American quality. So I wanted to show you this. This is going to fit on here. Real excited about this. Just pops onto those fuel rails right there. These little clips here. And I believe this screw is kind of funky over here. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, if this is exactly the right piece, but it seems like it's made for, you'd think all Series 1s would be the same, so. And there you have it, look at that. Janky 3800, porn toot injection. I could have said porn toot injection instead of tuned port injection. It's pretty great, Janky, thank you. Another thing we can finally do is put on our great historical license plates. And that's going to look so good on there in that red, white, and blue with the white Buick. I'm really excited for that. So let's go ahead and do that now. That's a nice finishing touch there aesthetically.
Up and start kissing. You got the means. Why don't you pass along a dime? Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
And welcome back to Janky AF. Here we are on a beautifully pouring day, April showers and May flowers and all that. Today, last time I came here and started up the Buick, we had white smoke coming from the engine bay and the exhaust, which is just great. So the $1,000 Buick, seen here, has quickly become something like the, I don't know, $3,000 Buick. And so today, we're gonna try to get it towed, thanks to the great people at Haggerty. I can't say enough about Haggerty Classic Car Insurance. They'll, you know, free 24/7 roadside assistance with your Haggerty plan. They don't pay me any money, although maybe they should. So we're gonna try to just turn the key on, put it in neutral, and you know, push it out there. That's the word I'm looking for. With my trusty assistant Kenneth, and hopefully they'll come and show up and at least tow it to my house, and then at least because the great Paul L said I had to have it out May 1st, and I want to respect his wishes. So unfortunately, I thought it'd be driving under its own power, but it looks like that's not the case. But another day in Janky AF. So hopefully we can get this thing pushed out, call the great Haggerty, and then get it plopped over to Janky AF headquarters, where at least it can sit undisturbed, and then I can actually do some interior work on it too in the meantime. And then the great cousin Scott, who's going to help me do the Fiat, which a lot of upcoming videos about the Fiat, which I'll finally reveal to the great Janky AF audience. He's going to help me work on that too, so a lot of great content coming up. My loss is your gain, as they say in the Craigslist world. And so here we go. Yep. I don't even think we'll really need to steer it that much. Yeah. You neutral? Neutral. Oh, okay. Yeah. I can just push it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even need you, can I? Look at that. Bump there. Right, ready? Don't let the door. A little bit of here. There. Yeah. All right, well, since Ken has so much power, I probably didn't even, good thing I had him on hand, but if I have half as much power as he did, I probably just could have pushed it out myself. All 4,000 pounds or whatever it is. Obviously, she's leaking some oil, which I kind of knew about. I think the oil pan has some weird, it's not bolted on. It's like got some adhesive that holds it on, so we have to get that addressed. Never-ending project. But also, I think I found some nice new leather interior for it, which I'll tell you about, from a junkyard in Connecticut. So let's call the great Haggerty and see if they can tow it away, shall we? Janky do thanky. Just gonna climb in the Buick for a second here. So you can see the headliner's completely ripped out, and boy, that is quite a bit of surface rust. We're gonna try to sand that down, but among my more genius ideas I've had lately was all these wires are running everywhere to connect to this light, this dome light, and I'd like to kind of keep it kind of janky, but not do a ton of work to run conduit and all that. So little old me was at the dollar store for my birthday a little while back, and I said, what if I get some really high-powered magnets and just chuck those in there, chuck those up in there, chuckaroo. And maybe if I could find like actually a magnet, or maybe I can even cut or drill a little bezel out in that magnet, that'd be a janky do thanky. But you can see already it's holding them up and they're not dangling everywhere, so I'm pretty happy with that. One more for you. Look at that, huh? That's great. There you can see that. Yeah. So we keep our dome light there. I would like to add a second dome light. I wonder if I can wire a second one in. But this is all going to need to be sanded down. But I think once it's sanded down, I can kind of just paint in this line here, so I don't have to make like a real clean cut in. Clean up some of this stuff there, And then I think it'll actually have a pretty cool, like, sort of space age industrial look. Now I guess your sound deadening isn't, you know, what it would be, but you know, this is a custom Buick. Gosh, I just love this thing so much. So there you have it. That's my rant. Hopefully the tow truck will be here. I may have to take off, but I'll leave him a little note. I'm gonna tip them. Always tip your tow truck driver. You know, like, it's pissing rain outside. They're, you know, getting paid whatever by the dispatcher and that. But I always try to tip my tow truck drivers. You know, let them have a few cold ones or a nice hot meal after a hard day's work. So tip your tow truck driver. And on that note, Janky do thanky, and until next time, it's Janky AF. And like magic, the Buick has shown up in the driveway. It's actually a day later. It didn't show up last night, and then I got a call from Steve at the Great Towing Company saying they finally got the payment from my insurance company. I don't know what happened there, but everything was resolved, and the Buick has been placed here beautifully. You know, it looks so great, and it's an ongoing process as always, but we got tons of stuff to do. Little stuff on the interior and on the exterior we can do. I'm kind of waffling. I was going to do these black vertical stripes, and now I'm thinking I kind of like the clean white look, especially if we're going to be getting kind of funky on the inside. So I don't know about that, but Buick's back. Glad to have it back. We can start tinkering on some inside and outside stuff, get it washed if nothing else, and its day will come. But so stay tuned on that. We're gonna get it right. We're gonna make sure it's the finest running 7th generation Buick LeSabre around, and probably the best looking too. Anyways, Buick's back. That's great, and Janky do thanky.